Welcome to Academic Services at the University of Mary Washington. This short video will provide an overview of the information and resources that will help you maximize the effectiveness of today's advising session. Our goal with this video is to inform incoming students of our commitment to a liberal arts education, as well as the requirements of your degree. It should prepare you for your meeting with the Dean in Academic Services by reviewing the components of your academic transcript, introducing tools that will be used during your advising appointment, and letting you know what to expect in future advising sessions. Finally, we'll end with helpful resources and reminders that will prepare you for success. So let's get started. The University of Mary Washington is well established in the liberal arts tradition, which means we embrace learning for learning's sake. A primary goal of a UMW education is a well-rounded scholar, rooted in broad exposure to knowledge in many fields. A liberal arts education enhances critical thinking, sound reasoning abilities, polished oratory skills, and effective writing. To this end, a UMW degree is comprised of three primary categories of courses: general education courses, a common core curriculum that underscores our liberal arts foundation; major courses, which focus knowledge and discovery in the primary field or fields of interest as chosen by each student; and elective courses. Combined, a student will graduate when he or she has fulfilled the requirements of these three categories, with a minimum of 120 credit hours. We'll look at each category more closely. First, we'll consider the general education requirements. Here is a listing of general education requirements for a Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degree. Transfer students who have earned an Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, or an Associate of Arts and Science in almost any major will have completed most of the general education requirements. If you have questions about your associate's degree, please ask during your individual appointment. Let's look at courses that complete the general education requirements by clicking on this link. On this website, you'll see a list of courses within each Gen Ed requirement area. Scrolling down, you'll notice how many options you have within each general education category. Let's pause here at the language requirement. Intermediate competency in a second language may be demonstrated in various ways. Transfer students with their associate's degree do still have to complete the language requirement. As we continue to scroll down, you'll see the experiential learning, speaking intensive, and writing intensive requirements. These too must be completed by transfer students with their associate's degrees. There are many options in these categories, and we'll consider those in your individual appointments. The second grouping of courses is your major, a collection of coursework in a particular academic discipline designed to provide a coherent program of study in that area. The major program consists of about 1/3 of the total number of credits needed for graduation. Most majors require between 36 and 39 credit hours. New students are not required to choose a major immediately. After completing at least 28 credits, including transfer work, students may declare their major, but you can begin coursework in your major before officially declaring, especially in some majors where courses build on one another. This link will take us to a complete list of majors. As you can see, we have more than 30 majors and also offer the option to design a special major which is interdisciplinary in nature. We can discuss majors and programs of study more specifically during your individual advising appointments. Elective courses constitute the remaining credits required to complete the minimum 120 credits for your degree. Elective courses may be used to complete a minor, prepare for graduate or professional study, explore interests and talents, or perhaps pursue a second major. This link will take us to the website that lists options for minors. Here's a listing of minors that have been approved at Mary Washington thus far, with more currently under consideration by our faculty. Now we will discuss transcripts and test scores. You should have received a copy of your transfer evaluation from the registrar's office. Your current class standing reflects the transfer work we have on record for you at this time. This evaluation should include any advanced placement, international baccalaureate, CLEP, and Cambridge credits you have earned, as well as coursework from another institution. Look at your evaluation and verify all your previous college-level work is recorded properly. If it's not, or if you have courses in progress, it is imperative that you have your final transcript from any college you have attended sent to the UMW Registrar's Office immediately, as well as original documentation for other credits. For example, AP scores need to come from the College Board, not from your former institution. Let's look at an example from the Advising Handbook. Here is a sample student academic transcript. Here, student type is indicated as transfer, and here you see the student transferred from the Virginia Community College system. Within this block, you can see how each class transferred into Mary Washington. For example, the drawing course transferred in as non-major credit in Studio Arts. These two biology courses were directly equivalent to Mary Washington's Biology 121 and Biology 122. Here the total number of courses transferred is 60, and this block shows his or her courses in progress. Now might be a good time to look at the transferring credit portion of the UMW website. If you haven't already discovered these resources, they'll be valuable to you. Here in the left-hand column, you can see there are sites for AP credit, IB credit, and other transfer credit work. Let's click on the AP link, and you'll see a listing of all AP courses and what score you need on those exams to receive credit for specific courses at UMW. Similarly, the IB credit table will let you know which IB courses, what score you need on those exams to receive specific credit at UMW as well. The transferable credit guide is valuable, particularly if you're transferring from a Virginia Community College institution. You can click on the Virginia Community College System link, and you'll see all of the disciplines offered at the community college listed. Let's click on Business, and it will inform you how a business course taken in the Virginia Community College system transfers into the UMW system. So for example, the Virginia Community College Business 100, Introduction to Business, transfers as 3 credits directly as Business Administration 105. We hope these resources will help you interpret your transcripts and test scores. Now let's talk about your advising appointment. 2 primary goals are to answer questions about any of the tools and resources that have been available to you and to prepare you to register for your first semester's classes. Let's go to the Academic Advising website to see the resources that you've used to help prepare for your visit. Here on the Academic Services website, you'll find many helpful tools. First, under our Publications tab, I'd like to highlight the Dictionary of Academic Regulations, as well as the Transfer Student's Express Guide to Advising and Registration. As I scroll on down, under the Resources tab, I'd also like to show you many new video guides. Here you can watch short, informational videos on many subjects such as declaring a major, declaring a minor, logging in for the first time, or how to run a degree evaluation or a what-if analysis. Also during our meeting, we'll prepare you to register for your first semester's classes at UMW. Keep in mind a few considerations. First, to qualify as a full-time student, you must take a minimum of 12 credits, and you can register for no more than 16 during new student course registration. Some students will have special needs. For example, student athletes need to set aside time for practice each day from 3 to 6 p.m. One of the general education requirements is completing a foreign language through the intermediate level. If you have previous experience with a foreign language, then the foreign language placement test can be used to determine your beginning level. More information about the test can be found on your EagleNet homepage. And finally, scheduling courses also requires you to consider factors that will help balance your schedule. Scheduling requires time and research to map out courses to take during each semester, in sequence, on the road to graduation. Here are 2 worksheets that are linked in the Transfer Students Express Guide. They will be valuable as you plan your class schedule. In selecting courses, you should consider which courses are prerequisites for courses you will need in future semesters. You may also want to spread out courses evenly across the week so as not to overschedule any one day. A look at the open course listing may be helpful as you prepare for this discussion. First, you will need to select the appropriate term, and here's the open class list. Some of these columns may not be familiar depending on the institution from which you've transferred. For example, POI means permission of instructor. If you see a Y in that column, you need the specific permission of the instructor to enroll in that course. Co and pre means a co-requisite or a prerequisite is required to take that specific course. ATC stands for across the curriculum. These are the speaking intensive and/or writing intensive courses that will help you meet that general education requirement. These other columns are probably more familiar. The number of credit hours, the time and days of the week the course is offered, the building, room number, and instructor. The CRN is the course registration number. That's the 5-digit number that you will put into the system when you register for the course online. This is the discipline and number of the course itself, and the section number and title. If you have questions about the open course listing, we can discuss them during your individual appointment. The primary purpose of the Academic Advising Program is to assist students in the development of meaningful educational plans that are compatible with their life goals. Academic advising should be viewed as a continuous process of clarification and evaluation. Today's just the first step. You will be assigned an academic advisor who will be your advisor after today's session. All advisors are full-time faculty members who have been given the resources to help their advisees not only see their full academic potential, but also to ensure that they make the most of their college years and know where their degree, specifically their major, can take them. You will meet with your advisor each semester to discuss important academic issues such as course of study and sequential courses, internship or other career exploration, and academic and professional mentoring. Your advisor will provide you access to the online course registration process in future semesters by providing a registration permission number, RPN. We also offer pre-professional advising. The ultimate responsibility for making decisions about life goals and educational plans rests with you, the student. The academic advisor assists by helping to identify and assess alternatives and consequences of decision. But each advisee must recognize that he or she is ultimately responsible for his or her own academic decisions and progress. We are here to help, and we look forward to meeting with you shortly. After our meeting, you have many other campus resources to prepare you for success at UMW. Consult Eagle Essentials, which will be mailed to you, and calendar the orientation information it provides. New student orientation is January 6th and 7th of 2011, and there are important advising sessions during orientation that you should attend. If you have a documented disability for which you are eligible to receive accommodations, you should schedule an appointment with Disability Resources. The sooner your documentation is on file, the better equipped we will be to help you maximize your potential at UMW. The Office of Disability Resources is on the 4th floor of Lee Hall. Also located right here in Lee Hall, on the 3rd floor, the Staff and Career Services can share with you a plethora of resources that can help you identify a major, find an internship, develop a resume, and much more. And since a primary goal for your visit today may be to identify a major program of study and plan your courses for next semester, we recommend you visit with a faculty member in the department of your intended major. We will help you identify and make a connection with the right person during your appointment. So let's get started. Thank you for your attention to this video. We look forward to meeting with you in just a moment.